How is it going, everyone? Welcome back. Today we are going to be talking about Peacekeeper, and we are going to be doing a starting guide for her. So, Peacekeeper used to be the bane of For Honor, the fastest character, some of the fastest lights, best damage. She still does have fast, hard, telegraphed moves-ish. Most people know what she's going to do by now. She did have one of the greatest zone attacks, coming out extremely fast. That second part you can cancel. You can feint it if she'll just fuck off. It has very good reach, as you can tell. So the other fun thing that you can do with the zone attack, I wish she would move her guard. Would you stop it? Alright, well, she's just gonna block everything. Anyway, the zone attack, there we go, does 15. Now, from the zone attack... Oh my god, would you just get away from me? From the zone attack, you can cancel the second hit by pressing the light attack, and it will do a 1 damage poke, but it will lead to a bleed damage, as you can see over time, which does a total of, let's see. Alright, so it does 6, 12, so it does 15 damage over time. That's not bad. You can also, if you so wish, cancel the second move pretty early on in its animation. So you could also do that and then continue your pressure. Upon doing any heavy attack, you can immediately press light attack and go into your poison. Into your bleed, my bad. Now note, your bleed will always go top. If you are spamming this and trying to throw off your opponent, eventually they're going to catch on to what you're doing and they will stop you from constantly causing bleed from the top. It always goes top now. There is no mixing up. There is no, anything about it. It always will go top when canceled. Now, her heavy attacks are the difficult part, 23 and 27. They're not great, and that one's 20 and 27. They're not very good. Now, the other thing PK is known for is her jumping attack. You can, by pressing light attack immediately after it connects, get a bleed as well, as we can see here. It only does 2 damage per tick, but the jump attack itself does 17, which also isn't too great. It basically does light attack damage. She also has a dash to each side that it also does 17. So if you know your opponent isn't going to parry this, you could throw it out. A lot of the times when you see a PK player, they throw this out a little too much. It is a heavy. So when you get parried, they're guaranteed a light. So be cautious when using it. Her light attacks, she has 2 in a row, and then you can do a heavy attack, and you could cancel that. So you could potentially mix up and then go for your bleed attack. The main problem currently with PK is her damage. You could also do 1 light, heavy, into the bleed as well. You don't have to do 2 lights. Although, with how small of damage it is kind of ideal that you're able to get 2 in. Now, in addition, her guard break, if you knock someone into a wall, you're guaranteed the dashing in. Sometimes, based on range, you're not guaranteed that. If you knock someone down, you have the option of doing the jump attack into the poison while they're on the ground. Or if you just dash forward and move up, you can actually land a heavy attack into the bleed as well. So that's a very, very useful thing to know because you'll do more damage on the heavy. So if they're out of stamina, you knock them to the ground, you get a heavy straight into bleed. Anytime you land a guard break, you can either go for a heavy or by pressing light attack, 1, 2, 3, you can get 3 bleeds, which obviously tick down. Now, the fun use to using the bleed is you can do 2, and then you can still push them, allowing you to move in and go for more. You cannot, however, do a heavy attack after the grab. Peacekeeper, being an assassin, has the ability to use her... So as you can see here, any of those moves, you could do the heavy attack into poke, unless it's armored, of course. Being an assassin, she has the ability to deflect moves. Hers is a light attack that does 20 damage and causes bleed. As you saw there. Calm yourself, calm yourself. You can also do a second heavy attack into the bleed if you want as well. As you can see there, her second heavy is extremely slow and easy to parry. So oftentimes if I see a second heavy attack, I assume that the opponent is going to be going for bleed, and I'll try to parry the top light because I know it's coming. So be very cautious when throwing it out. Now if we were to look at the rest of her move list, as you'll see, the zone attack, like I said, can be canceled into poison. We knew that. Light attacks are not interrupted on block when hitting someone affected by bleed. Which essentially means here, if they're bleeding and you hit here, it will not stop you from swinging. Which just adds to her pressure game. You want to keep them bleeding as long as physically possible. The more they're bleeding, the more pressure you're allowed to throw onto the opponent. Now, the main issue is how low of the damage you deal. That is the main problem to Peacekeeper. In between your stabs, you can do a throw, as we were discussing earlier. Heavy attacks setup can be canceled by a dodge or a guard break. I did not know that, as a matter of fact. So as you can see here, when you're applying your pressure, if you go for a heavy attack, you can go in to a guard break. That is very, very strong. I've noticed a lot of characters seem to have issues when dealing with that, allowing you to apply even more pressure. If I would have known PK had that, I may have considered her a little bit more when I was playing different characters. I got her to rep 5, never played her again. But that is a very, very useful tool. It's not an unblockable, which is what a lot of other characters have. Centurion can, fake an unblockable and grab you. Shaman can do it as well. Those are very powerful. It also says that you can cancel it with a dodge. So if you go for that second one, you see they might parry. You could even, try to go for something ballsy. I'm not sure. With how low damage she does, she is good at mixing up, but other than that, I don't think she's the greatest anymore. Not like she used to be. So besides the deflect and doing the poison, those are all of the options you have when playing a PK. Some of her executions are quite long, so I'd be careful with those. But don't forget, once you have them bleeding, you can apply all the pressure in the world. Don't forget that. Now, when you're out of stamina, it doesn't look like you'll be able to do, feint into guard break. Let me just go ahead and run out of stamina here. You can't feint into dash, so I would assume you can't feint. I would assume you can't cancel. You cannot. So if you're out of stamina, don't try to continue to mix up, obviously. Alright, that should cover everything for PK. I hope this helps anyone who is possibly considering playing the Peacekeeper. And with all that being said, thank you all for watching as always. This has actually been an eye-opening thing for me. I haven't played PK in seasons and seasons and seasons. It's been a very, very long time. This isn't too bad of a tool. It's not the greatest tool, but it's not too bad. Anyways, I'll see you guys in a later video. Pass these along if you have a friend that's possibly considering picking up one of the characters, or if you're just trying to get a friend involved in the game. Let them know that I do actually have a guide going up for all the characters. That way anyone can learn the game and anyone can learn a character if they so wish. Other than that, everybody, I will see you in the next one. Thank you all for watching. And I understand that there might not be too many beginners coming to the game, but if you have been a character main, the Rep 70 Orochis out there, and you've never played a different character, this is for you. This is a way that you could possibly try out a different character. I'm trying to help out. Other than that, everybody, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you all for watching as always.